I'd like to start off by saying thank you to Mr. Brome, Mr. Hughes, and the rest of the Hun School staff and administration. While I'm here, I better also thank my parents, my family, teammates, friends, and teachers who have helped me, as those close to all of us have helped us make it to where we are today. No, yeah, not that tall. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Mom. To my fellow graduates, congratulations on making it to this day. All of your work of the past several years has led you to this moment. What graduation means to each and every one of us is different. However, we can all agree that Hun has been a place that, in one way or another, has nurtured us, educated us, fed us, and watched us all grow. The Hun School is a special place, a place where students and teachers are able to form long-lasting bonds, and individual students a top priority. To put it simply, Hun has been very generous to all of us. However, after today, we take one step closer to the real world. After today, we must leave Hun and venture off to places as far as California, the United Kingdom, or even as close as a mile up the road. While I cannot promise what the future holds, I can promise you one thing. It won't be easy. 50-page papers, classes with only 2 grades per term, and no 100% grades for participation. While Hun has prepared us, there is a time for all birds to leave the nest. That time starts today. As we leave this nest, we enter an environment that will allow us to fail, or lose as Olivia would say, and not be there to pick us back up. Hun has held our hands over the last several years. With quiz and test corrections, participation grades, and extra credit, Hun has given us multiple avenues to succeed, or multiple avenues not to fail. That is not to say that Hun has not made us better students and better people, but we've been in an environment that has been created for us to succeed. Starting today, we are entering a world that was not created to catch us when we trip or to cushion us when we fall, rather a world that will push us off the abyss, out of our comfort zones, and into unknown territory. My goal is not to scare you. I don't want to take the joy out of our high school graduation, but I want to provide a somber reminder of what awaits us in the future. My message today is to be ready. Be ready to lose, be ready to fail, for as Olivia said, we are all losers, and we will continue to be so. Be ready to be challenged and struggle more than you've ever done so before. People will say college are the best 4 years of our lives, but I can promise you they won't be easy. The next 4 years are the beginning of the rest of our lives, and it's fitting they will test us in ways we cannot even imagine. However, there is hope. While Hun may have held our hands, we have definitely learned a thing or two. We have learned through AP classes that when you're a college-level course, we have to accept the workload as a responsibility rather than a burden. For many of us, these classes that challenge us the most, where we had the most work, ended up being our favorites. Another perfect example would be the new student moving onto campus. When you first move onto campus and your parents drop you off and leave, you realize you're all on your own. Yes, resident life is there to enforce the rules, but you have freedom like you've never had it before. You're 14 years old, and all of a sudden you'll have your parents tell you what to do, what to eat, and when to do your homework. And yes, you stay up too late and you're exhausted the next day in school, you eat too much and gain 10 pounds by Thanksgiving break, and your homework just never seems to get done on time. But with a little help, you figure out how to manage it all. You learn, and have learned, how to live on your own, how to be independent, how to be self-sufficient. Although your mom, who does your laundry every week, I'm going to beg to differ. At Hun, you have learned skills that many college-age students, and to be honest, some adults even struggle with. However, these experiences are not just limited to the classroom and on campus, but follow us wherever we go as Hun students. There was a time when you were the captain on your team. It was the big game. You're playing a big stadium. It's close. Hun's only up by 2. You walk into the huddle, adrenaline pump, and start yelling, trying to get everyone pumped up. But your teammates just start laughing at you. Yes, unfortunately, that happened to me last year at PPL Park. And that was the last time I gave a speech and learned I wasn't meant to be a vocal leader. And I swore I would never, ever give a speech again, but here I am now. These experiences can also take on stage when, for the first time, you have to perform a piece that is out of your comfort zone. You know you cannot back down. As a result, you force yourself to adapt. As it turns out, you discover what you're always afraid to do turns out to be your greatest talent. The point is, the lessons we've learned at Hun prepare us for what lies ahead. There isn't a course on how to handle adversity or difficult situations. There isn't a playbook. Hun throws you into the fire in order to let you learn from the experiences. Our experiences inside and outside the classroom, and in the theater and on the sporting fields, have taught us innumerable important lessons that will stick with us for the rest of our lives. A coach of mine once told me, you're going to face tough times in life. You can set your watch to it. And these lessons will help us get through the tough times ahead and what will help us succeed in the future. So, my fellow graduates, enjoy graduation and enjoy some of the last times you get to spend with your classmates, your teachers, and administrators. Embrace the feeling of accomplishment you have for making it to this day. And most importantly, remember the lessons you have learned here at Hun. For what you have learned here will make all the difference. Thank you very much.